What's up, Internet? It is March 20th, 2019. We are back in the town, once again trying to make the world a more perfect place and do random things for strangers because you gotta be a good Samaritan and be a good person to people. It's a good way to live. You don't want to go out of your way just to be horrible to people. I don't know why people do that sometimes, but, you gotta be nice to villagers and they'll appreciate it and they'll give you stuff because they're being nice back. And in turn, the world becomes a better place. Also, something about PJs from home. I don't know, I only half read that. Okay, from the museum. That was the last one. So what do we get this time from our old pal, Mr. Museum? That's a good question. Let's grab all our presents and find out. We have, going from bottom to top, dinosaur track. Ooh, that's a low-value fossil. A plesiodorsal. We can make some bells off that. And finally, a Terra left wing. Yep, there's some money to be made there. Sports fair. I don't want to be a part of it because it's going to be bad. Okay, so, not to seem dumb, but when the hell is the vernal equinox? I understand what that is. I don't know when that is, though. All I know is it's then, and these are the dates for it, apparently. Also, I don't want to take part in any of this because that sounds terrible. But I think we're going to have to get some event nonsense. And I'm running through all the flowers, destroying them all absent-mindedly. Oh, I'm terrible today. We got a pastel parasol. Let's see what this looks like. Because the nice thing is, even if we just get rid of it, because I'm not really aspiring to use too many umbrellas or anything, we are filling out our collection database, which is kind of nice, I guess. I mean, for what it's worth. I mean, we can never really have a complete database. Not without doing a bunch of extra nonsense, because, I mean, there are... Oh, I want to say there's like 20 different iterations of the same object in some cases, and the only way to get all of them is to do it with 20 different towns over 20 years and not to get a duplicate. So, it's not really possible to get one of every item, theoretically, but if you make some concessions, you could probably do it, but it would take ridiculously long amounts of time that I don't really aspire to do. We got tumbleweed. Yeah, got a flower shirt. Ah, it's a good old fishbone shirt. I love fishbone shirt, but I already have my awesome shirt. We're gonna stick with that. There is one shirt I'm really looking for, though. I think it's called, like, the Twinkle Star shirt or something. I hesitate to think it's a Gracie shirt, but it might be. I remember that being the shirt I used for my background in my original Animal Crossing town and thinking that was, like, the perfect background shirt. So I want to get another one of those. But I haven't seen one yet. I really should just look up and see if it is, in fact, a Gracie shirt, because odds are it probably is, and I'm never gonna see it. But, you gotta keep your hopes up that you'll see it eventually. Alright, so now we're gonna go make the entrance more welcoming, because that's what you do. You make the town a better place by welcoming more people in, even though you never see them enter because, they just sort of spawn, because that's how games work. But still, we'll be welcomed every time we come back here, assuming we have to take the train again, which, knowing how often our villagers like to lend things to people who like to move, it's pretty likely whether I like it or not. Especially if we are actually going to go to the other town and just clean it up as a good Samaritan act type deal. Which could be fun. Maybe. Possibly. Okay, next step. We gotta make sure the town is still perfect. Because if it's not perfect, we've done something wrong and we have to reset the counter for another 2 weeks. And man, do I not want to do that. So let's go onwards to our destiny and the wishing well. And this really stumpy tree. Tell me it's perfect. Okay, good. That's a huge relief. I always freak out. It's like, oh, please don't tell me something isn't quite perfect. You need a thing, Pecan, while I'm here. I can go get a watch from Peaches. But I can only do it in the next 15 minutes. 14 minutes. We have to go. It's a nice umbrella in Nook's shop, but, I don't know. Also, Cuban sandwiches? I don't know what that is, but, you know, I like sandwiches. I had a sandwich for dinner. It was a BLT minus the T because tomatoes are gross. And it was actually spinach instead of lettuce, so it was actually healthier. But still, there was bacon, there was spinach, and it was a sandwich. And it was toasted, and it was good. I don't normally have toasted sandwiches. So that was a nice little change of pace. Also, that's a really nice shirt on Peaches. Ah, I gotta go... Peaches, you ruin everything. Alright, let's go find Huggy. Because you know how it is. You lend something to someone else, and then they have to lend it to like 12 other people. And eventually, it ends up getting lent back to the person who ended up lending it out in the first place, because they surprisingly needed it. Even though they didn't even realize it was theirs. And then you have to just say, look, you've got it because you're holding it right now. Hank, what did you do with Huggy? You did something. I want to know what. Did you poison her with bad eucalyptus? Actually, I don't think that's possible because, you know, that's kind of how eucalyptus is, actually. It's ridiculously poisonous. And that's why koalas are kind of amazing like that. It's like the one thing they can eat. And ergo, nothing can really eat them because they got so much poison in their system, as I understand it. Although it has been a while since I've looked up their actual biology. Life is not a peach when it's with peaches, certainly. Gotta find Huggy. Where is she? She's gotta be somewhere. And unfortunately, we don't have any eucalyptus trees to entice her out of hiding. But maybe, just maybe, she's hanging out at the wishing well, but probably not. Alas. She is not. Okay, well, I guess we're going on a sector-by-sector search of her then. Because good Samaritanism means going super far out of your way to go through like 20 different trades of the same object to a bunch of people who really shouldn't have the object in the first place. Just I don't know why people would lend out something that isn't theirs to begin with. It comes across as strange. Nothing here. Come on, Huggy, you gotta be somewhere. You can't not be somewhere. Well, maybe that's what they were thinking. Yeah, the wishing well tree is, it's not really tree-shaped in, like, the traditional sense like this. These are just sort of normal trees, whereas that one, it's got the same height, but it's super, super wide, so it just looks really awkward and chubby. And I have no idea why. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the little baby Deku tree from Ocarina, a little bit. And I guess by extension Wind Waker. Like, it's fatter than it should be, and it just looks kind of awkward because of it. Out of the way, serial killer. We need to find Huggy. And she's definitely not in this acre. But that normally means that they're only like 1 acre off, usually. If they're not by the wishing well, anyway. I'm not seeing her right off. Alas, has she disappeared forever? We just have to give up the quest. But you should never give up quests. That's why they're quests. They're a thing you see through. I believe your name is Cupcake, yes. I was going to say your name was Cherry, because you look like a cherry. But your name is Cupcake. I think there is a bear named Cherry. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, well. I want to point out that she's asking to find someone who she replaced because their house is in the exact same spot, but yeah, okay, we'll go find Biddy later. But first, we must find the diaper koala, also known as Huggy, who's not very nice and likes to disappear on us and steal things from other people because that's just her thing. Maybe she's a klepto like that. I don't know. I will say, credit to later Animal Crossing games, there's ones where you can just you know, get a thing that lets you automatically track where any villager is, and it's tremendous. I think it was like a megaphone, and you just shout the character's name, and like they'll just say, "I'm over here," and you can follow that. That's weird. Hey, Wendell's gonna be around here, cool. That's weird to see, like, 3 different streamers all have the same person in their town. That's a little peculiar, just because there's so many different potential villagers to have. There's Cody Brain Fart, but he's not Huggy. There she... Nope, that's Tutu. Oh, maybe she needs a thing, too. Do you need a thing, finally? Nope, she needs nothing. She's very self-sufficient. And we'll dig this up while we're here. But where, oh where is Huggy gone? Oh where could she be? Well, this is a wash. Since Huggy doesn't go to bed early like Peaches or anything... I think what we'll probably do is, go find Biddy, who hopefully hasn't left the other town, get that thing, maybe do some treasure hunting over there, and then come back, and maybe she'll reappear. It just seems unlikely to see the same villagers so many times, just because there's so many of them. I think there's like at least a dozen of most species, certainly. So to see the same villager, it's quite serendipitous. That or there's some kind of mass conspiracy about getting rid of all the eucalyptus by having so many koalas around. That's entirely possible too. Okay, we gotta go find Biddy. And hopefully not have lost my 2 favorite villagers in my original town, or else I'm gonna be real sad. Because I had them since this game first came out, and they were my favorites. Ooh, maybe we can doodle on someone's face while we go. That'd be fun. Face doodling! But on the bright side, we still have a perfect town, and that's the important thing. We gotta be getting close to that 2-week mark soon. I'm really hoping. I've not been keeping track because I don't see a point. It's gonna happen when it happens, but still. Getting screwed over by RNG that one time really sucks. Nope, there's Rover. We don't get to doodle on his face as much as we all probably would like to. Because Rover's just kinda like that, a little bit. Alright, so 5 p.m. I think that's still late for butterflies, so we can't catch them yet. But again, I'm not too worried about that until April, because April's when we really start to get all the new bugs and stuff. And I think the next big iteration of bugs and fish is like June or July. So we have time, certainly. And we already have the large char, so I don't think we have to worry too much about like super fish right now. Except for the coelacanths, which we always have to worry about, and I whiffed twice. And man, am I angry about that. Especially because you can only catch one as far as I remember. Although that might have been the N64 version. It's been a while since I played that version too. Maybe as a bonus thing we'll do that at some point. Okay, we gotta find Huggy, and we have to make sure... Okay, Pearl's here, Pierce is here, and Biddy's right there. Alrighty. Everyone who matters is still here, and we can deliver the watch. Go team! Team Good Samaritan 1, World 0. A carpet. Is it a rare carpet? Is it worth a lot of bells? Because if not, this was a waste of a trip. And I'm probably gonna lose someone I really liked in my town, all one of them at this point, because I've lost so many other ones. I've still Bitter Bangle left. B1 has a thing. Well, I might have to go look for that, because treasure hunting, but it's probably a pitfall. But first things first, we gotta check the dump and then Nooks to see if we can get some other stuff. A berry gingham. What does this look like? It's a picnic blanket shirt. I care not for it though. I'll wear my awesome Hawaiian shirt, thank you. And the Hypno Parasol. Spinny! I don't think that actually works though. It might, who knows. I'm not an expert on hypnotism. I just understand the vague concept of it. Alright. So let's sell some crap. Gotta get rid of that, and that. Give us a few more bells, not many. Certainly not worth the trip, so we're gonna have to go treasure hunting a bit just to make it worth our time. Maybe there's something cool here we can buy while we're here. Ooh, there's a painting. We should get that for Blithers. MVP shirt, but I don't think I've earned it. Hey, sprinkler. Playing in the sprinkler in the store. There's gonna be a huge puddle. They're gonna have to like replace the floor. It's gonna be molded out. It's gonna be terrible, and I'm gonna laugh because I'm not gonna pay for it this time. I will take this painting. I don't know if Blithers has it, but I'll take it. Oh, I miss Kitty and Olivia. And Bangle. Why does everyone I like disappear? It's sad. Do I not do enough good deeds for everyone? Okay, well we did that, so I guess we'll just sort of wander around. I think I saw treasure in B1, said the thing. So that would be here, I believe. Unless this is B2. I can't remember if it's letters then numbers or numbers then letters. Ball. Go away, Ball. No one likes you. A You Are Here shirt. I feel like I left that there way back in the day as sort of a joke. Like you find it and it turns out you are here. That's the joke, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure it was probably very, very clever 20 years ago when I thought it up. It's Cookie. She's a pink dog. What do you need? Ace is still here? Oh. Fine. Maybe he'll disappear. He's a villager we could lose in this town. I don't like Ace at all. He's not very Ace. I'm not seeing anything. So this could quite possibly be like A2, maybe. But I know where Ace is. There's Tangy. That's another villager this town could lose. And there's Ace. Ace, you sound a lot like Cody Brainfart, and it makes me sad. I will return to Cookie. And maybe she'll give me an awesome prize for being awesome for her. Ooh, a thing. Joyride. A mini Ridden-toid. Now again, I don't have audio, so we're just gonna dump it outside my house until I get a new set of headphones, I guess. But, hopefully that will be soon. Give me something cool. It's an outfit. Is it the one outfit I want? Probably not, but possibly. And it would be amazing if it was. Also, I got a big heart in front of her. Oh, it's a fishbone shirt. I already have a fishbone shirt. It's my background. Actually, you know what? I bought that previous fishbone shirt. I have no attachment to it. That one was a gift from Cookie. That one stays. For sentimental reasons. Let's see what my boy Pierce has going on. Do you need a thing? Why does everyone have glasses cases all of a sudden? I'm not seeing, outside of Velma, I'm not seeing any villagers that actually need them. Like, even Blithers doesn't wear glasses, although he should, because owl. I would imagine that means he needs glasses. Or he's very smart. One of the two things. Or both. You know? You could be very smart and need glasses. Or not. You know, those are completely not mutually inclusive things. Alright, so Cube hangs out, if I recall, because I don't have a map. Like, seriously, One thing I wish about this game is if you went here and, like, you went and looked at the town map, you got, like, a rough copy or something, just so that you knew where stuff was. Now, the thing is, I've had this town for over 20 years or so. Well, I've had it for as long as this game's been out. Let me rephrase, but my point being, I've had this town forever, so I kind of know at least where the mainstay residents tend to be. Which is nice, but it's still kind of awkward to kind of bumble around a town I haven't been in a little while. Let's see if there's anything new in the good old police office HQ thingy. See if we can find anything that's awesome that we want. Is this an awesome shirt? I don't want a circus shirt. Stop trying to push the circus shirt on me, Booker. I'm not interested. A dragon suit? Well, I know my girlfriend's watching and she would want me to take this, so I will take the dragon suit. What do we have for a wallpaper? I don't want that wall. It's an ugly wall, and the dragon suit looks like... Since we're here... Dragon. Not bad, but I'm not a big fan of orange. I think orange is one of the less good colors out there. I find orange and yellow to just kind of be obnoxious colors just because they're so bright. Oh dear lord. I guess we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna be sad because I'm gonna fail horribly. Oh dear lord, we're gonna lose this and it's gonna be bad. Actually, I'm curious about something. I'm curious now if the controls, or the little C-stick would actually do a thing. It says move your right hand, so maybe that's what she means? Nope. Nope, it's button mashing. Fortunately, I'm really bad at button mashing, and this is actually quite painful for me. And that's about as good as I've ever gotten. But to be fair, I've gotten a proper turbo controller to try and do this, and I still can't get a proper Gracie shirt. Which is sad. I like that shirt she's wearing. We got a lovely shirt. How lovely is it? Eh, it's kinda lovely, I guess. Yeah, sure, we'll wear this for a little while. I'm not getting rid of my awesome Hawaiian shirt, but we will carry this shirt for a little while. It's almost like they're clones. they made each other sad. You know, they've got the same personality type. If anything, they should make each other happy. That's really peculiar. I don't think I've ever seen two people with the same personality type do that before. That's really odd. Oh no, don't do it again. Alright, there we go. Maybe it's just random. Alright, I got your glasses case that you don't have glasses for, but okay, here you go. Actually, I do need stationery for our old pal Mr. Museum, so actually that's quite helpful. But that said, don't give stationery as gifts. Stationery are terrible gifts. Always. And forever. With no exceptions. Okay, so we're gonna go to museum, send that. I'm gonna go to museum, send that. Gonna go to museum, send that. Gonna go to museum, send that. And we've already got 3 fossils we can send, so we've already made a little bit of headway into the whole getting rid of fossils to our old pal Mr. Museum. Hooray! Hey, a thing. Dried. Tall buzzoid. Okay, well, we could sell that one. That's one I don't care for. What we got here? No way. Nook couldn't keep us down by making us lose balloon fight because we won freaking balloon fight. Take that, world. Today's a good day. We're gonna go play some balloon fight later, I think. That's exciting. So at this point, we've got the best NES games. I mean, we don't have Wario's Woods, and we don't have Legend of Zelda, but that's really it at this point. have all two of the best NES games. Here, we can get rid of that. No, we need that for Blithers. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I want to keep that. Get rid of that. And that should be enough of that. Alright, now we gotta go buy ourselves some flowers to make the town a better place. Because, you know, if you can buy twice as many flowers to make the place even better, even faster, why not do that? So we will. Plus, we've got the new Kinda Lovely shirt, which is awesome. Hooray for the Kinda Lovely shirt. Okay, how much room do we have? Because I might still want to check by Olivia and Velma, see if they need anything before we go back home. Just because I like them. You know, you gotta be nice to your neighbors. Make the world a better place by helping out where you can. That sort of thing. You need a thing, Velma? Now, if you need glasses, or a glasses case, I can understand that because you're at least wearing glasses. And you wear them quite well, for what it's worth. Maybe Pearl needs a thing. Do you need a thing? Are you jealous of my awesome shirt? You should be, because it's awesome. Yes, I can go find Quetzal for you. Everyone today needs glasses cases, even though, like, Velma's the only one who wears them. Weird. But we will oblige because we are a good Samaritan and we make the world a better place by being a part of it. Unlike these balls which ruin everything. Go away. They're like the Cody brain fart of physics objects. Okay, Quetzal is... Well, there's Pierce. Here's Quetzal. That's strange, because I'm pretty sure that person never sent you anything, but okay. Did you lend it to Pierce? No, you... Okay, so Cube now has 2 glasses cases, because I guess he missed having one that he borrowed from someone else, possibly? I don't know. Cube is acting rather strange. He doesn't even wear glasses. Why does he need so many glasses cases? It is a mystery to us all. Cube, give me glasses cases. Spike? That's not even Spike, that's his clone, Spike. But fine, we'll go talk to Spike's clone, Spike. That's fine, that's cool. I'm sure he won't be hard to find at all. I don't think we've ever talked to Camo Frog. We should do that sometime. But not today. Give me a thing, Spike. Well... Oh, no, wait, Olivia's still here. I was saying, oh, crap, she moved. No, wait, that's Kitty. We're good. We're good. A little bit of a panic attack, but, you know, we got this handled. No big deal. That is a really ugly shirt. The circus shirt, it's all bright orange and ugly, and everyone seems to be wearing it for some reason. Olivia, give me glasses case. How do you even know it's pearls? It was traded like through 4 other people before you. Okay, fine, whatever. Onward! Back to pearls. So that she can have her glasses case for no glasses that she owns. But still. I shall deliver this glasses case to you. Hey, that's actually a decent reward. Thanks, Pearl. Alright, and I think that's everything we need to do here. So we'll go back to town. We still have to look for the magic money rock, too. So this might go a little long. But that's okay. You know, it's Animal Crossing. It takes as long as it needs to because that's how life works. train's coming in. We're gonna go back to the town and have an absolute blast playing Balloon Fight at some point. And then once again run into the brick wall that is Soda Popinski. But you know how that is. But we're making progress on him, and that's the important thing. But until then, we still have to try and also find Huggy, the diaper koala, for some reason. Or another. I think she borrowed probably glasses cases too, because everyone's just lending glasses cases today. And if everyone has glasses cases to lend out, why is everyone else borrowing them? I'm finding holes in your logic game, and I find it unsettling. Oh right, we have to go swing by Blithers as well to get rid of the painting we picked up. Because I don't think he has that one, and he needs all of them. Because he's kind of a completionist like that. Silly Blithers, but he only wants one of everything. Can't have doubles. That's just unreasonable. I find it weird that you can't have Rover's shirt. Like, it's weird. There's a tartan shirt that looks kinda, sorta, a little bit like it, but not exactly. It's kind of like Joan's shirt. I'm pretty sure it's just exclusive to the character and there's no way to actually get it yourself, which is a little peculiar, I think. But either way, we are back in the town. And we're gonna go make the entrance nicer for everyone. Because making the world a better place is just sort of our thing. Alright. Gotta plant some flowers. Can I not plant flowers right here? No, I guess I can't. It's weird. It looks like there should be 2 rows of flowers here, but I guess not. Fair enough, world. Fair enough. I won't argue. Plant that there. Plant that flower there. We're going to make this entire town into one giant flower garden. It will be amazing. And also a really good place to catch bugs in the summer. Oh, right. Let's get rid of this while we're here. Well, first of all, we'll dump this joyride right here. Second, we'll find a place for our NES game. We'll play that later. Maybe as a cooldown from our heavy athletics of getting beaten into the dirt by Soda Popinski. I don't know what game that is, but you are not a top-tier NES game, so you don't get to sit next to Punch-Out anymore. Cube block. I want to put this here. And stay there. And I guess we'll go get rid of a cube clock at some point. Now I still gotta go find Huggy. And we still have to find the magic money rock. We got lots of stuff still to do. That's okay. From there. I would like to know where Huggy went. Oh, there she is. Okay, so she just respawned in a sensible place this time. Or maybe she made herself less invisible now. Huggy, I have a thing for you. Or rather, you have a thing for me. So I could have just gone and talked to Biscuit? Fine, I will. But not because you suggested it, because it was my own original idea. Copyright me. I don't think I've ever seen Biscuit leave the house, so, you know, it's easy to find him. I wonder if that's just an AI trait, like he's a lazy character so he just hangs around house more or something. Cody brain fart, but he ruins everything. Fine, I'll go find him. But I'm not going to be happy about it, Biscuit. Seriously, stop borrowing lent things or at least return them on time. I don't have to turn to a collection agency, even though I've already done that since day one. Alrighty, so I'm gonna run past a few rocks. Might as well try and hit them with a shovel and see if one of them's magic. Because it would be nice if one was magic. Just gotta position myself just right so as to not do that. And be completely disappointed in it not being magic. But that's life. One of them's gotta be magic. Just keep hitting all the rocks and eventually you'll find it. Because that's life. You know, eventually one of the rocks you hit with your shovel will turn out to be magic, and then, you know, magic money rock. And everything is awesome after that. Just like the Lego movie teaches us. Everything is in fact awesome. And now I've got that song stuck in my head. And now I'm gonna have to watch the Lego movie again, even though I just watched it last week with my girlfriend. That was a good movie. Still haven't seen the sequel. We meant to, but we just ran out of time. But, nice thing about the Lego movies is they tend to get really cheap really fast. So I'm not really all that upset about not seeing it in theaters. Wait a week after it launches, it'll probably be like $15. That'd be nice to watch. Nothing there. Oh, right. Let's go to Blithers since we're in the general vicinity. Because Blithers needs his museum donations. Because that's how you make the place a better place. By contributing where you can. Just like you can to my Patreon. So I can continue to do awesome stuff. And unlike Blithers, like this, I'm not going to be Mr. Picky Pants about stuff. I wasn't sure if I had a double of this or not. It was me! I'm forging paintings. Spoilers. He does insinuate that, which is kind of weird. It's like, no, I bought this from Tom Nook. This is very much an authentic painting. There are forged paintings in this game. And unlike later Animal Crossing games where you can actually discern them by visual cues in the artwork, you can't in this game. But the fake ones all come from Crazy Red, although he sells legit ones as well. Although I think those are probably just mixed in accidentally with his actual stock, in large air quotes. But Crazy Red, he's a source of interesting items, including some exclusive stuff which tends to be really expensive. But also really good stuff too. Which is why I'm always happy to see Crazy Red. He always has some fun stuff. The problem is, though, you see him so rarely. And in my experience, we've seen him like 3 times. We've seen Sahara like 12 times at this point. You know, Wendell we've seen twice. He's apparently coming again, which is nice. But, you know, I think we see Sahara a little bit too much. We need to see more of Wendell, especially given how random he is by his own design, which is frustrating. Alas, poor Wendell. No one asked him to be random or have exclusive items, and yet here he is. And Cody's not here. Okay, well, let's go find Cody Brainfart. He's not at home. That means he's got to be somewhere nearby or somewhere completely random, but it's less likely to be random. I think this is like the one place an actual bridge Tortimer can put up would be useful, but it's just not. Which is frustrating because there is one place he absolutely should put a bridge. And I just don't think he will. And it's frustrating because, like, that's the one place... Oh, right, Tutu. I've got so much turnover having to visit the new town, or the old town, that I lose so many of my villagers. Oh, and all I have that I care for now is Pecan. But she'll never leave, right? Right? Oh, there's Kaisar. But not Cody Brainfart. And currently, we are only looking for Cody Brainfart. Although it turns out he probably did lend it to Kaisar, in which case, then we need to go look for Kaisar. But at least we've got a frame of reference for where he is. And I don't think I've ever seen a villager spawn on the museum tile, so that's not likely going to be there. But again, I kind of wish this was like... I think Wild World did this, but I'm pretty sure New Leaf did as well, where you could just get a thing that tells you where people are. It makes things a little bit easier. That's Tutu. Is Cody Brainfart at the wishing well, wishing to be less of a Cody Brainfart? Probably not. I think he enjoys being Cody Brainfart and everything that entails, up to and including making everything worse, like balls. With their physics. You need a ball because I found one. Oh my god, I'm not going back today. I'll tell you what, I will take your comic book and I will visit the other town tomorrow. I only make one trip a day because why would I do otherwise? So I'll do it tomorrow, Tutu, but until then we're gonna stay here. And then tomorrow, Biddy's going to move out of the other town, I'm sure. And then we're just going to have to give up and hand the comic book over to a wishing well. Not enjoy it ourselves or anything, or have any sort of value in it because, you know, the owner is completely gone from the world forever, but, you know, just give it to the wishing well to enjoy because we can't. Alright, where are you, Cody? Your brain fartliness is needed right now, which makes me sad. Hank. I don't know about Hank. I could see getting rid of him. He's not that great a villager. The only villager in my town I really feel all that attached to is Pecan and maybe Tutu at this point. But, you know, I think our pool of villagers is not great, and we actually lost quite a few that were really, really good. Oh, here's Cody. Do you need a thing? I don't know if you need a thing. I don't really care, but I need a thing to Pecan. Okay. I was completely forgetting who this was supposed to go to. That's how long it took to find Huggy, the diaper-wearing koala. But we succeeded. Now we have to go make Pecan's day, because that's what good Samaritans do. And she's probably out of her house. Oh, nope, she's here. Hooray! That actually makes things easy for us. She's got refined taste. She likes the Regal set, and she has paintings. Also expensive looking watches that are pink. Okay, as long as it's not stationary. After all that nonsense, I'm not taking stationary. I will take one of your paintings if I need to. Oh, right, that was, right. Okay. Azalea Bonsai. Yeah, we got an Azalea Bonsai, which we can go, in turn, sell to Mr. Nook. And that would make everyone's lives a little bit nicer, I think. Let's see if our alligator friend needs a thing since we're here. Do you need a thing, Alfonso? Nope, guess he needs nothing. And that's good. It's important to be self-sufficient like that at times. And to have low desires is quite a way to help around that. Looks like a picnic blanket turned into a parasol. Kinda neat idea. Get rid of that, and get rid of that. I don't think we need anything else here. So I guess our next step, since we've helped pretty much anyone I wanted to talk to, we checked everywhere else, we found the money rock and stuff. I guess we'll go see Phyllis and have her take our mail, which will ultimately make the world a far more Bell-infused place, because museums... I don't know why I digged that hole, but I did. Deal with it. It's a hole for aesthetics in this town. And of course there's our old pal, Mr. E-Reader Machine, that has never seen use in the history of human life. Oh, the e-reader system. You ended up removing some of the most cool aspects of the game requiring e-readers. Ugh. I'm bitter about that. Maybe someday I'd like to play Ice Climbers in Animal Crossing. Did you ever think about that, Mr. E-Reader Machine? No, you didn't. Alright, Phyllis, next we have to... Oh, we don't have enough for a bank deposit. Alright, no, sorry to bug you. See you tomorrow. Alright, so this acre appears to be clean, and this one as well, and we have to check these because it's not normally in our route to go these two little chunks during our patrol of making the town a little bit more perfect. Alright, so I guess next we'll go with our daily exercise routine, and after that, maybe we'll play a little bit of balloon fight in honor of our best buddy Bunny Bee Balloon cheering us on all the time, as we slowly try and master Punch-Out, just for funsies. Okay, back to Punch-Out. The nice thing is about this is we are getting closer to the end every day. The bad news is we still have like I think 4 more fights. 5 if you include like the dream match, I think. But still, you know, we're making our way up towards the end. And once I'm done this, maybe I'll make a review of it, because I'll have all the footage of the game, and I'll have crazy amounts of it, because I've played so much of this. And I think that might be the instant. Is it? Yeah, he didn't get up on a 1, he's done. And no one gets up on a 9 count. I'm excited to play Balloon Fight after that. That'll be a fun cooldown sort of thing. Alright, so next we got to fight the Stash, Von Kaiser himself. And slowly, as we work our way up the ranks of the Punch-Out ladder, our Animal Crossing villager will become strong enough to end up ripping a tree out of the ground with his bare hands. Not really, but it would be a cool idea. You know, I was actually thinking about that. Back when, like, I think it was Wild World came out, there was, those sort of, like, Nintendo character, like, accessories and stuff, and I was thinking, you know, if you equipped, like, a matching suit and, like, matching accessories, you'd get, like, cool little side bonus things. Kind of like, if you equipped, like, a full Samus set, you'd, like, be able to, like, fire an arm buster full of, like, confetti at people or something. Or, like, you get the Mario suit and, like, you could make, like, fireball sound effects or something. You know, I remember thinking about that and thinking how cool that would have been. And, of course, none of that ever happened, which is unfortunate. And the sad thing is, a lot of those features are kind of sort of half in the game. For example, like I said with the confetti cannon, well, the party poppers already exist, and that's basically the same thing. You just have to apply a party popper effect to that particular matching costume. And only if the flag of both the top and bottom, and I guess now, like, shoes, were all equipped. And I mean, it would have been an extra thing, sure, but it would have been a fun thing to see, like, little Easter eggs like that exist. But, I don't know why, but I was just sort of thinking about back when, more Nintendo cameo stuff was in Animal Crossing for the first time. Because, I mean, in this game, all there really is, other than these awesome NES games, well, awesome, there's 3 that are awesome, the rest are just kind of chaff for the most part. But, you know, other than that, it was pretty much entirely the things you needed a special code directly from Nintendo to get. And, you know, that's cool, I like that stuff, but I just feel like it could be taken a step further. And I mean, most of that stuff was either removed or given straight to Gulliver in Wild World and onwards, which kind of lessens the impact of how cool some of that stuff is, really. I mean, don't get me wrong, when I first got the Metroid from Gulliver in Wild World, I went crazy because it was one of the most wanted things in that game for me. But at the same time, you know, it feels like there's significantly less cameo stuff, and just fun little Easter eggs like that. And, you know, I love when developers are willing to put in, like, little secret things for fans to find, and, like, little bonus things. Because it's... I guess the best analogy I have for it is it's sort of like when you play an RPG, and you see that your various, like, characters' equipments change their physical model. Like, it's a small thing, but it shows that they went in and put the extra effort in to try and make a better product for its fans. And I go crazy for that sort of stuff. Like, again, it's such a small thing, but I think it's an important thing. And of course, we've got one of the greatest password sequences ever, featuring the mighty Melon Suit of Destiny. But, yeah, Animal Crossing bonus secret nonsense. There should be more of it. Especially considering that they're willing to sort of, like, halfway put in the mechanics and everything that really could make it work anyway from the start. I mean, for example, in the original Animal Crossing, there is a Mario and a Luigi shirt, and they already have the fire flower sound effects. So when you talk to another villager, they could just play that while you're wearing the Mario suit or something. I don't know. It just seems kind of strange that they have, like, all these sort of halfway thought through secret things, and yet they won't take it that extra step that really knocks it out of the park. And, like, in fact, kind of just sort of regress as time goes on. Because it feels like there's even less of that stuff now than there ever was. I mean, I don't think the Nintendo bench has been in any Animal Crossing other than this one, and possibly the original Debotsu no Mori on the N64. It's been a while since I played that version. I'll have to dig out my cart and see, but I don't think it's in that version. And in fact, there's quite a... Aw, we missed the quick kill on him. Oh well. It's not a big deal. But it's just sad to see so many good ideas sort of half realized. It's kind of like Pokemon, you know? Where pretty much... And I said this in the review of Pokemon Crystal I'm working on right now, but it's sort of a staple for the series at this point, where pretty much every generation they add something new, and then they immediately remove it in the next generation. And the thing is, the generation they tend to add stuff in, they don't really think it through all the way to the point where it feels really fleshed out. Like, if you think about Pokemon Crystal for a sec, the day-night cycle thing was pretty much removed immediately after that. And that's because it wasn't all that good. I mean, it meant that you ran into normal monsters during the day, and then you ended up running into Hoodoos, and that's about it during the night. Oh, speaking of, I'm hoping to get back into streaming some Pokemon stuff. I was thinking maybe tonight, but I'm thinking probably Sunday with Ruby, and then next week I'll do Eevee again. But I'm whiffing King Hippo. How sad is this? But you know, it's just weird to see so many good ideas, or at least ideas that have a lot of potential, really squandered like that. And I think with Animal Crossing it happens quite a lot, and it really shouldn't. I miscounted. But that's okay, King Hippo's simple enough. That's the problem with talking while doing all this. It's really easy to lose your focus and get a little bit knocked out of the loop, but we should be okay. But I don't know, I love when people and developers just introduce mechanics, but they really have to follow through. Like, especially if they're going to work with a sequel, expand on it. Because, you know, if you want to axe one or two things, that's understandable, because some things just don't work out. And it sounds better on paper than it does in execution. That's understandable. But at the same time, you know, somewhere down the line, you can't just keep axing stuff, because it feels like all you're doing is regressing rather than progressing. And sure, not necessarily like the little things are going to make a giant impact, but still, you know, removing features just comes across a little strange. I mean, what was the last Pokemon game that had beauty contests? Was it... Honestly, I want to say Gen 4? It's been first, so I played Gen 4. But I know they haven't been in recent ones. And you know, maybe it wasn't all that fun. It was still kind of an interesting little side activity you could take part in. And I mean, yeah, I think it originally existed just to justify hooking up 4 Game Boy Advances together to mix Pokeblocks or whatever, but still. Whoopsie. I don't think this is gonna go in one round. Alas. So, basically, long story short, stop removing stuff if you can help it. Because while it's important to keep the main focus where it is, you know, removing stuff to the sides really does end up limiting and making it feel not like something more than it was, but really something less. Oh, we might be able to make it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, punch. And he's done. Alrighty. So that's the Great Tiger, the Magic Man himself. Next is a fight that I'm really weary of, simply because, again, I'm not playing with headphones. I've got no audio for this, and taking out his special is mostly an audio cue for me. Here we go. But, you know, I'm still excited about the new Animal Crossing. I just hope they add stuff of significant value and don't remove stuff. I mean, that was kind of what I thought about City Folk, too, is it, like, added something, but it really didn't feel like it added anything of significance compared to Wild World. which is why it's one of the few Animal Crossing games I don't actually own, because it just felt like another Wild World. And I still think Wild World is not necessarily better than this one, because, I mean, of course, this one's got the NES games. Which, again, small thing, but it shows that they were willing to at least put in something. Ooh, I am getting really antsy on this fight. Still, it could be interesting. Another thing that I'd really like to see, like, especially if they're not willing to actually, like, put in NES games anymore or anything like that, would be to allow you to access your, well, I guess it doesn't really exist anymore, but like your virtual console nonsense. That'd be fun. Okay, here we go. Alright, so we just gotta do that one more time without getting completely destroyed, and we'll be good. But, Animal Crossing and video games, they're good, and I'm excited about some of the stuff on the horizon. New Pokemon could be really, really fun. I mean, I thought Pokemon Eevee was fun, even though a lot of people think it's just, you know, Pokemon Go again. But as someone who didn't play Pokemon Go to begin with, you know, it was fun. And I know I'm only halfway through. Again, we'll get back to that within a week or so at the latest. But, you know, it's good. It's good to see them trying new things, and it's good to see them ultimately trying to iterate upon things, even if they do end up regressing a little bit, as long as they end up making at least something that makes it feel a little bit more. I think that's the pro of it. And you know, I think Let's Go does succeed in some ways. I don't think the removal of actual combat works all that well, but, you know, I think the exploration and the 3D actually does quite help it. I think that actual combat, when it gets introduced in fighting people, is a lot of fun. And you know, the iterative catching of the same types of monsters is actually really neat as well. Alright, this guy with his special, oh god. So, here's where I gotta play real defensively, and I'm bad at playing defensively. But, 1, 2, 3, and he'll duck. I'm gonna do it too soon. I always do that, and I don't know why. Hate that move. That's actually one of the good reasons to not having audio, though. The audio to that move scares me. And he's down for the count. Alright. I'm getting better at him. But, you know, I'm excited about some of the new games coming out, some of the new iterations of existing games, but I'm also worried that they're just not going to be as good as previously existing ones. Like I said, I still say this is the best Animal Crossing. And certainly part of it's simply because of the NES games. But there's a lot more to it than that. It feels like later iterations, while they add so much, they remove a lot of stuff too, and that bothers me. Okay, here we go. Whoops. I'm gonna try and play this super defensively, which scares me quite a lot, because he's got a bit of a... It's weird. I think the best way to describe him is he's got a very simple pattern, but he plays with a delay. And when you think you're okay with the delay, he hits back real fast. One, two, three, counter, counter, counter. Oh. Oh, crap. Yeah. Yeah, and this is why I still haven't beaten this game so far. One, two, three. Counter, 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 counter. I really just gotta learn to time it, because honestly, that's it. It's just, I'm afraid of that. One of these days we'll get him. One of these days. Honestly, I'm half tempted to just start, like, practicing on my off time, what little time I have for that. Alright, but, let's play a little bit balloon fight, because that's our big prize for the day. And, of course, we gotta play some Balloon Trip, because it's the best mode, I think. This is a weird game, because it got, like, one sequel that was made 3 times, and each version of it was completely sort of the exact same while being different, because there was Balloon Kid, which I've talked about on my channel, which you can go see. There's Balloon Fight GB, which is Balloon Kid in color. Only available in Japan. And then there's like the weird Famicom only Hello Kitty Balloon Fight, which is a weird Famicom regression of the exact same game. And it comes across as a little bit strange, but I think Balloon Fight's an excellent game all the same. And I'm finally glad to have a copy. I'll do one-player mode. Because this is one of the best NES games you can get in this game. Boop. Haha, you got eaten by the fish. And I'm gonna get some bonus points, because points! They're important. Uh-oh. Okay. We got this, though. It's kind of funny how often Balloon Fight gets brought back up, though. Like, I mean, they reference it in Smash with the Smash Brothers Villager. Again, pointing out that Animal Crossing had NES games that it no longer has, which is sad. There was, of course, Nintendo Land, which had its own iteration of Balloon Trip, which was actually a lot of fun. That was one of the few reasons I really enjoyed Nintendo Land, was the Balloon Fight mode. But, you know, it's a good game. It's basically if you took Joust and made it good. Because I don't think Joust is all that particularly interesting a game. But Balloon Fight is more fun. I think it's more whimsical looking, certainly. I've played a few Famicom ROM hacks of this, which change up the sprites a little bit. I played one that has like a fish holding an umbrella instead of balloons, and you know, it's the same game, but it looks visually quite different. It almost feels like a completely different game just because it looks a little different. Sort of similarly to how the sequel and its multiple iterations are. But, you know, sometimes it just takes a slightly different look at something to make it feel completely different. I mean, going back to all things cyclical, Pokemon in 3D, you know, it feels completely different than, say, Pokemon on a handheld, because it just feels a little bit more, I don't know, immersive, I guess. Again, that's coming from someone who's not played Pokemon Go, but, you know, having played the Eevee thing on the Switch, that game was a lot of fun, despite its changes that I don't necessarily care for. And while I wouldn't say it was entirely good based on its looks, the looks helped. Because, you know, style points are important, as I've always said. Whoop. That guy was trying to play smart, but he's not that smart. Whoop. I will avoid your hummingbird, little proboscis of lack of justice, and I will knock you into the water, you silly bird. Balloon Fight's so fun. Oh crap. Hard though, but fun. I mean, that's a lot of NES games. NES games tend to be very difficult by design because a lot of them take their inspiration from the arcades, of course. That's why points are still such a prevalent thing in them, and ironically, it's because they were so prevalent on the NES that they still are more or less a thing today. Although that's not necessarily a bad thing, as long as you make your game at least not completely arcade difficult. I remember probably about a week ago I ended up recording footage of the Sega Genesis version of Kadash, which that game is just as difficult as it is in the arcades, but they wanted you to not be able to insert a million quarters because it's a console version, so they limited it to like 3 lives, which is damn near impossible to play that game on 3 lives. Certainly I can't do it. I have trouble fighting the first boss in that game. But, you know, it's important to properly balance your arcade games out. Like, especially if it's not actually an arcade game, or if it's, you know, a home port of an arcade game. Giving minimal amounts of lives and no way to recover them is not a good way to do that, though. That was peculiar. Bop. But Balloon Fight is just as fun as it's always been, which is good. Makes me want to play the sequel Balloon Kid again. And I can do that, because I have a copy. And you can do it too, because it's a ridiculously cheap game. They made a lot of copies of it, I think. You can find it for like $5 or less pretty readily, which is good, because it's an excellent game. And if I'm just giving suggestions on cheap handheld Game Boy games, go get Power Quest. And Super Robot Pinball. Those are two, like, the best ones, I think. And the Zelda games. The Game Boy Zelda games are, like, the best Zelda games, I think. I know a lot of people really like the console ones, but the handheld ones are some of the best, I think. Controversial opinion, I suppose. And I'm really just thinking that because I recorded a thing about Zelda recently. Which hopefully will be viewable soon. That'd be fun. Whoop. Come on, Balloon Fighter, you got this. Oh no, you're not fighting enough balloons. Kind of makes me wonder if this would be like the home console prequel to Bow and Arrow. That game where you punched a bunch of balloons with an arrow. And then got immediately murdered by trees with no way to kill them. I got stuck on that level for so long. And the solution to it's stupid, too. It's like, to beat that level, you just have to beat the previous level perfectly. And if you don't, well, I hope you didn't save. Or else you gotta start over. That's not good game design. Which is annoying, because I really wanted to beat that game. I was excited to beat Bow and Arrow. Actually, speaking of bows in games, I'm genuinely curious. Has anyone else ever played the game Crossbows and Catapults? It was a board game where you built like a castle and you had like this catapult thing with like discs you launched at it to break it. I know I never played that game right, but that was a game I played a lot with my grandpa. Where we just built castles and fling discs at each other. That was a fun game. I'm gonna have to dig that up someday. Maybe I'll review it, even though I'm not really a board game guy. Anyway, that will be it for today, but if you liked what you saw, follow the stream to know when we go live, because we're doing this every day. We are helping out the people of the town, making it a better place, and genuinely just faffing about and living life in Animal Crossing. You might also want to check out and subscribe to my YouTube channel to see the 1,000 plus videos, as the sign indicates, that I've made, which I'm very, very proud of. And if you really want to help out the show, check out my PayPal or Patreon, help support the show so that I can continue to do awesome things, like get marginally better at Punch-Out and significantly better at Balloon Fight. Seriously, last time I played Balloon Fight was like weeks ago, and I could probably not get past level 5, maybe. I did significantly better today. I'm quite proud of myself. Plus, you get yourself on the Discord where we can talk about awesome things like finally getting a copy of Balloon Fight. Awesome. Like, genuinely, that is probably one of my favorite things in this game, next to Punch-Out and the Dummy. Those are some of the best items in this game. So I gotta dance for happiness with my Gyroid Lloyd over here. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Peace out, Internet.